So it looks like Marvel Studios might be in for a wild ride because James Gunn isn't just firing shots, he's launching full-on missiles. The DCU reboot is officially gunning for the throne, and Marvel's starting to sweat like it's 2016 again and Civil War just dropped.
We have Craig Gillespie working on Supergirl. Chris and Damon and Tom working on Lanterns.
Clayface crew probably about to start.
James with Clayface, and so there's all these other people working on these other projects.
We've just been hit with a tidal wave of insane updates about the future of the DC universe. I'm talking the Batman Part 2, the long-awaited Lobo appearance, Clayface horror, Wonder Woman's fast track, and even some spicy Brainiac crumbs. And of course, James Gunn, the madman orchestrating this entire chaos symphony. It all came via Josh Horowitz's Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, which I highly recommend you check out because Josh pulls no punches and Gunn spills real tea.
Let's just wait to see what happens.
Okay. Marvel, they're probably scrolling Twitter, praying nobody notices how empty their upcoming slate looks right now. Meanwhile, DC's out here assembling their Justice Gang like it's game night and everyone's invited. But here's the big question. Is the DCU finally getting its act together? Or is this just another hype cycle that'll flame out faster than Morbius 2, which we pray never happens? James Gunn isn't just talking big, he's making moves. We're not just getting a multiverse for the multiverse's sake. We're getting layered stories, grounded characters, and a real sense of build-up. That Marvel Phase 1 type of feeling. Remember that? That sweet, slow burn of anticipation? So today, we're breaking down everything. From the Batman Part 2 and the villains circling Gotham, to Momoa's wild Lobo casting, and oh yeah, Wonder Woman's back, and she ain't here to explain Themyscira for the 5th time. Grab your bat snacks, folks. It's about to get real comic booky here. Let's talk about the state of the DCU and why 2025 to 2030 might be the most exciting stretch in DC history. Let's start with the Batman Part 2, because the second you say Gotham, I'm listening. James Gunn confirmed that he's read the latest script from Matt Reeves and Mattson Tomlin. His words? Headed in the right direction. Now sure, that sounds like Hollywood speak for we're still figuring it out. But coming from Gunn, who's known for brutal honesty and troll-level sarcasm, that's actually solid praise. But what got fans truly hyped is this. Casting is starting this fall. You know what that means? We're about to find out who the villains are. And based on everything we've seen and heard, it's about to get dark and weird in Gotham. Let's talk about Clayface. Not only was he rumored months ago, but industry insiders are now saying he was originally part of Reeves's vision before Gunn tried to snag him for the main DCU. Could we get 2 different Clayfaces? Possibly. But either way, expect something scary, maybe even horror-tinged. The idea of Basil Carlo as a serial killer actor or Matt Hagen as a shapeshifter melted into madness is pure cinematic gold. And don't forget the hush tease. In the first Batman, we got a blink and you'll miss it nod to Edward Elliot, potentially Tommy Elliott's father. If they go full hush, that's psychological warfare on Batman, not just physical. It's Batman fighting trauma itself. Then we've got the Court of Owls. Matt Reeves has been teasing deep corruption in Gotham, deeper than Falcone. And if you've read Court of Owls, you know this means secret societies, assassins, and twisted family trees. Add in the Penguin show hinting at their existence. Yeah, it's happening. Let's not forget Barry Keoghan's Joker. Locked up in Arkham, but he's not out of the picture. I'd bet we get another subtle tease. No full-blown Joker movie yet. They're playing the long game. Also, Catwoman and Sophia Gigante, half-sisters in this version. Selena Kyle left her a letter. Give us that sibling drama. Oh, and yes, the Batman remains its own universe, separate from Gunn's DCU. But I don't believe they'll stay apart forever. Not with WB's track record. Money talks. Let's talk about Batman Brave and the Bold, a movie that's supposed to introduce the DCU's new Batman. But here's the problem, where is it? Gunn announced this movie years ago as part of Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, right alongside Superman, Legacy, The Authority, and Swamp Thing. But while Superman is in full swing and Wonder Woman's suddenly gaining steam, Brave and the Bold is nowhere to be found.
Okay, we do know Matt Reeves did deliver the script.
Yeah,
and we know you read it and you seemed very pleased.
I like it, yes.
So on track for that release date, we feel like now we're headed in the right direction.
Oh yeah, for sure we're headed in the right direction.
Here's what we know. It won't release in the same year as The Batman Part 2. That likely means 2028. Allegedly, Andy Muschietti is still attached as director, but after The Flash, that attachment feels more like a threat than a promise. The Flash left a sour taste in a lot of mouths. Studio meddling, rushed effects, and direction that lacked vision. Giving Muschietti Batman might have sounded good a year ago, but now, WB has to play this carefully. If Brave and the Bold gets delayed again, people will lose faith. You can't tease Damian Wayne, one of the most fascinating Bat characters, and then bury him under development hell. What's crazy is we've heard more about Wonder Woman and Creature Commandos than Batman. That's like having LeBron on your team and forgetting to pass him the ball. And here's another twist. If Batman's not arriving until 2028, how does the Justice League form? Superman will have debuted, Supergirl will have arrived, and Lobo will be halfway through a solo series. But no Batman? It's becoming clearer that Gunn may be saving Batman as the DCU's late-game nuke. But with each passing month, the hype is slipping. They need to make a big reveal. Soon. Cast the new Bruce. Show the costume. Right now, Brave and the Bold feels less like a film in development and more like a ghost.
I guess my question is, like, timeline-wise, like, how does this work? Like, is there... I presume you wouldn't want to release Brave and Bold and the Batman 2 in the same calendar year. It, like, starts to get a little confusing, or no, you tell me. I mean, having two Batmen running around at the same time.
Probably not.
Let's shift gears and talk about the wildest, loudest, and possibly greatest casting in superhero history. Jason Momoa as Lobo.
Lobo is so freaking awesome. Jason Momoa is so... Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, we've all agreed, like, this was like the easiest casting ever.
It was. Well, he pushed himself on me too, I gotta say. But Lobo is great. And
James Gunn couldn't contain himself. The way he hyped Jason's casting, it's like he wanted to grab the mic and scream, "This is the one!" And honestly, he's not wrong. Jason Momoa as the space biker bounty hunting madman known as Lobo is chef's kiss casting perfection. It's loud, brash, and exactly what the DCU needs to counter Marvel's increasingly polished tone. Now here's the kicker. Lobo is set to appear in Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That's unexpected because in the original comic by Tom King, Lobo didn't show up. So Gunn's clearly pulling inspiration from another source. Most likely Brave and the Bold, Supergirl and Lobo. A lesser known but absolute banger of a series. That pairing makes sense. Supergirl, jaded and angry after growing up on a dying Krypton, clashing with a galactic maniac like Lobo, that's fireworks. That's also character development. And with Momoa leading the way, Lobo is getting a solo movie or series. It's inevitable. Then there's Lex Luthor. Gunn confirmed he'll eventually don his iconic mechanical suit. This is huge. We're finally getting a version of Lex that feels like Lex. Not just a bald businessman or a Jesse Eisenberg fever dream. A true threat. Genius-level intellect wrapped in titanium armor. If they treat Lex like Loki, a recurring antagonist who plays both sides and never truly disappears, we might be looking at a new DCU MVP. Keep him around, build him up, make us respect him.
Do you anticipate seeing something like a new Flash, a new Aquaman in the next few years, or is that a little ways off?
I wouldn't say the next 2 years for either of those characters.
Okay.
Also worth noting, Gunn confirmed that Aquaman and The Flash are benched for at least the first 2 years of the DCU, which, let's be real, makes sense. After the mixed bag of Aquaman 2 and the train wreck that was The Flash, both characters need a break. But here's a wild theory. What if the Flash legacy begins not with Barry, but with Wally West? A younger, lighter, more hopeful Flash? Point is, the new DCU is shaping up to be chaotic, in a good way, and Lobo is going to be everywhere. Alright, let's talk about Brainiac. We finally got confirmation that Brainiac was almost the main villain of Superman Legacy. And while he's not the big bad for that film, the mere fact that Gunn is already teasing his existence, that's a massive W. Because Brainiac isn't just a Superman villain, he's a DC Universe villain. He's a data-collecting alien AI with galactic-level threat capabilities. This dude bottles cities, literally. He's cold, calculated, and the perfect slow burn villain for a saga. Mark my words, Brainiac is being saved for the long game. We're talking about a Justice League level threat.
Don't leave out Peacemaker 2.
We're going to be talking about that in about a week. I'm very excited about
Peacemaker 2 is a direct follow-up to Superman. We have so many characters from Rick Flag's in it, Hawkgirl, Maxwell Lord, Guy Gardner. So it's the direct follow-up to Superman.
Then there's Peacemaker. Season 2 is confirmed to follow directly after Superman Legacy. It's still R-rated, and Gunn said the events in that season will have major ramifications for the entire DCU. It makes Peacemaker more than just a side project. It makes him a bridge, a commentary on power, violence, and patriotism in a world where actual gods walk the earth. And with characters like Lobo, Supergirl, and eventually Batman and Wonder Woman entering the mix, Peacemaker's moral gray zone just got a whole lot grayer. And now for The Authority. That movie might be shelved, at least temporarily. The writer has reportedly moved on to another project, and it looks like elements from The Authority, particularly the character of the Engineer, have been folded into Superman Legacy. Mercy Graves has essentially been swapped out for the Engineer in terms of her role. So what happens to the rest of The Authority? Here's the theory. We're not getting an Authority movie yet, but we will get a Superman vs. Authority showdown down the line. Think Superman versus the Elite, but darker, bloodier. Bottom line, DC's not rushing their villains, they're playing the long game, setting traps, and we're all about to fall in. Let's wrap with Wonder Woman and Clayface. Two characters coming from wildly different corners of the DCU, but both bringing serious heat.
Are we anywhere on a Wonder Woman script?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You feel like there's a take, there's a direction?
Yes.
That feels distinct from what we've seen before?
Yeah, very. Yes.
Starting with Diana, Variety just reported that a Wonder Woman movie is being fast-tracked. That means the script's in, and it's solid enough that WB and DC Studios are actively moving forward. And here's the kicker. It's not an origin story. We're skipping the whole birth of Themyscira and jumping into a Wonder Woman who's already in the field. Creature Commandos already teased that the Amazons exist via a background news clip. So the lore is there.
I'm very, very excited about Wonder Woman right now.
This opens the door for us to meet a seasoned Diana who is confident and, most importantly, connected. She's 1/3 of the Trinity, and with Superman debuting in 2025 and Batman eventually arriving, Diana's time is now. Personally, I'm hoping they redeem Cersei. In Creature Commandos, she was nerfed to hell. Bring back Anya Chalotra and let her go full mythic goddess mode.
We have Lanterns coming out, which is great. We have Clayface, which is about to go into production.
Cast your Clayface. You have James Watkins directing. This is going to be
Mike Flanagan script. Yep.
And you've said the script is what sold you. It's always going to sell you.
Yeah.
This is
a total horror movie.
Now on to Clayface. Yes, the rumors are true. A Clayface horror movie is going into production, and it's being pitched like a Blumhouse-style psychological body horror. The character? A mix of Hagen and Basil Carlo. He's a handsome actor in Gotham, disfigured after an attack. You already know Gotham is going to be grimy in the best way. This is where DC is flexing. While Marvel focuses on continuity, DC is embracing genre, horror, political satire, action, action, mythology. It's a multiverse of vibes. And if this works, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman will finally form the most comic-accurate, grounded, and emotionally charged Trinity we've ever seen on screen. So, what do we take from all of this? James Gunn isn't just rebooting DC, he's building a narrative infrastructure. Every project, from Supergirl to Peacemaker to Clayface, is part of a bigger vision. Marvel Studios, for the first time in over a decade, isn't leading the charge. They're reacting. Meanwhile, DC is experimenting, pushing genre boundaries, casting fearlessly, embracing weirdness. Look at what we've got. Superman, back and full of hope. Supergirl, rough, jaded, layered. Lobo, the wild card. Peacemaker, the moral mirror. Wonder Woman, divine and ready. Batman, lurking, watching, coming soon. Even the villains are exciting. Brainiac, Lex, maybe even the Court of Owls. And we haven't even mentioned Zatanna, Constantine, or Swamp Thing yet. Is the DCU perfect? Not yet. But for the first time in a long time, it feels possible. So to answer the question, can DC beat Marvel? It's not about beating Marvel. It's about being better than they were yesterday. And right now, DC is showing signs of evolution, growth, and guts. Now it's up to the audience, you. Watch Creature Commandos, stream Peacemaker, hype Superman, Legacy. Because if this works, we're not just getting great superhero movies, we're witnessing the rebirth of modern mythology. Drop your thoughts, hot takes, and dream castings below. Like, subscribe, and follow for more. And remember, when the bat signal goes up, you show up.